Hi rodeo fans, I'm Brooke Jeter. We're back for round 7 of the Wrangler NFR 2011 barrel racing and bareback riding picks. Jason isn't here today, but he gave me a few that he had picked, and so I'm going to go over those for him. In the barrel racing, we have round 7. It's getting close to the average race, so you got to keep that in mind. There's still 4 go-arounds left to go. I hope Brittany can get in there and win a couple of rounds and kind of boost her up in that world race, but we have Sherry Survey first in the average and Lindsay right behind her in second in average. I think they're they're not even half a second away from each other between first and second average, and that's a big payoff. I know they're like about 23,000 behind Brittany in the world standings race, so Brittany needs to get in there and win a couple rounds. But I tell you what, Martha's not going to weaken, and neither is Stingray. Sherry won the round last night. I was hoping she would get in there and win that round. I read an article that said, the more runs Stingray has on her, the better she is. So I expect her to not weaken in these last 4 rounds, and I expect her to get another go-around check. And Martha, it's time for her to get another go-around check too. It seems like I don't talk about anybody else, but these girls, when it comes down to pressure and when it comes down to getting things done in that that world race, they have their minds focused and they know exactly what they're looking for, and they're looking at the end of the week. They're looking at that average, and they're looking at not weakening in the rounds and continue placing in every single round. There's phenomenal horses there. Those girls would not be there if they didn't have the caliber horses as what they do. They outran Brittany, all year long. They outran Lindsay and they outran Sherry, and they placed all year to get there. But these horses, this is where they dominate, is at the NFR. The girls, the more pressure you put on Brittany, I know her, the harder she's going to ride, and she's not going to weaken. That's just how she is. I grew up with her, known her a long time, and when it comes down to pressure, she knows what is on her mind. And Lindsay, she's the same way. She stays focused. They know what type of horses they're on. They're not going to weaken. Brenda Mays, she hasn't won a check all week, but you look at the average, she's right there, I think, third in the average. So you can't count that horse out. She switched horses, and that horse is really starting to work and come along nice. I'm expecting her to get a check tonight on that horse. I think it's time for her to win a check. She's going to get some money in the average if she just keeps those barrels standing. So hope she gets a check tonight. Christina Rickman, she's only won $10,000, but she's right there. She might be third in the average, and I think Brenda's fourth in the average. So, I expect her to get another check. That horse just keeps going in there working. Horses are getting sore. Bugs last night tripped on the on the second barrel with Angie. I hate that for her. You don't want to see that happening at the NFR. I expect her maybe to come back on Mulberry tonight if Mulberry's, good and sound. So hopefully it'll be a tight race tonight. I'm going to go ahead and pick Brittany to win the round, Sherry to place second, and then hopefully Lindsay will come in there third. But you never know with those girls. It's anybody's race. And, of course, you can't count out Lisa Lockhart, and you dang sure can't count out Carly Pierce the way that horse has been working if she can keep the barrels up on him. So good luck to all those girls. And for the bareback riding, I got a cheat here. Jason picked Bobby Moe again to win the round. He has Gus and of Zankies, and Jason looks for Bobby to be 90 plus on that horse. I watched the interview last night on Bobby, and he just hasn't been drawing good horses. It looked like he's disappointed in the type of stock he's drawn, almost like those horses shouldn't even be there at the finals, which I know that road, those, that all the guys get together and try to pick the horses, but you have, one guy that pretty much says which horse is going to go, and they don't all agree on which horse is going to go. Someone might have had one of those horses at a rodeo throughout the year and was high score on them, and they're like, that horse needs to go to the NFR, but throughout the year that horse wasn't consistent, and somehow he ends up in there, and I think Bobby's kind of drawing those type of horses. But now he's starting to draw good. There's 4 more rounds, and I think you're going to see how World Champion rides. Bobby's getting his horses together, and I think he's going to win the round tonight, according to Jason. And, of course, he said Casey Fields. He has Inky of Corcos, and Wes Stevenson was 88 on that horse at the beginning of the week. I think that's what horse, I think he won the round on it, I'm not sure. But Jason doesn't know that horse. He hadn't seen him, but except for when he was with Wes. So if he has the same type of trip that he had with Wes, then I'm going to go ahead and say that Casey's going to win second in the round or win the round. That boy's on fire, and good for him. He has a unique riding style, and he's a great guy. He comes from a very great family, so I hope both of those boys, even Bobby, I hope both of those boys go in there and split the round. How about that? 90 plus on both of them. Thank you. Bye.